nayo atialete.
Kwani watoto ni wachache? Wacha nijibu kabla hata hujaongea. Maggy,
Ukisikia kwa mazishi kusemekana kampuni walianza na beti 2023.
Wacha nikuambie kitu.
Okay, wacha nimalize kuongea alafu nifunge mic alafu you pick up.
Yeah, okay. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so that leaves me wondering what was Tasha's role yeye kwa watoto ni gani, because ukiamua kuitwa baba na umeamua kuchukua watoto kama wako, then you should also equally assume responsibility kwa watoto, because you've decided to assume that parental responsibility.
Tapuru.
By taking the children. So yeah, I think as Kanyari was posting those messages, alijiexpose, but I think at the same time aliexpose Tash. Unaona, ni kama aliexpose Tash, ni kama anajaribu kuonyesha huyu mwanaume hakuna kitu alikuwa na providea na Betty nayo when it comes to his children. It was just yeye ndiye anatafutwa kwa kila kitu. Basically, I think that's what he's trying to imply, because hizo messages, those are very personal messages. Uwezi kuniambia there is anyone else who had access to those messages if it's not Kanyari who has released them. So that was it. So otherwise everything went well and I'm glad Mazishi was successful. Yeah, na nani hi Meru Pretty, nice to see you. Yeah. Toka de nyuma tenti we. Aya. So I think that is it, guys. So
wacha nikwambie kitu juu ndio umeleta hii story. Let me tell you, that is your opinion and we respect it. Let me tell you something. In the messages that Kanyari was sharing, did you see messages from Betty?
Yeah, the messages, ukiangalia kichwa ya message kule juu imeandikwa Mama Sky.
Okay, good. Mama Sky. Kulikuwa na messages za M-Pesa zenye Kanyari alionyesha yenye alikuwa ametuma pesa kuhusiana na hayo, yani zile vitu alikuwa anaomba. Alipost M-Pesa?
No, hakupost M-Pesa, just the messages.
Yeah, then that is null and void. Null and void, because anybody can chukua number. Yeah, so we cannot talk, hatuwezi kuongelelea hiyo, because at the end of the day what we can talk about is verified M-Pesa messages, payments. Kama Kanyari anaweza kutupostia pali alilipa school fees na M-Pesa, good. Akitupostia pali alilipa uniforms, good. Akitupostia pali alikuwa anafanya shopping akaweka na M-Pesa, good.
Hello guys, it's your girl Patience Status. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscription box and put on the notification bell so that you don't forget any time I post a new video. Remember, I'm the queen of online gossip. So welcome to today's video. Don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment on the comment section.
Podium aliongelelea chini, nisema imenitoka. Hakupanda kwa podium.
Walimkataza.
Kanyari akiongea watu walikuwa wanapiga kelele, lakini venye bwana mwenyewe aliongea watu hawakupiga kelele, walikuwa wamenyamaza, tena walikuwa wanakubali. Lakini saidi ya Kanyari kelele tu.
Watu walikuwa wanapiga kelele. Rejection.
Watu walikuwa wanapiga kelele Kanyari akiongea.
Wanafanya hawakutaka aongee.
Ngoja, mliona Kanyari akienda kushika msalaba wakavuka msalaba huko? Hamkuona, msijifanye hamkuona. Kanyari alikuwa anaenda kushika msalaba. Mtoto akavuta huko hiyo video iko ina trend, ndeni muangalie. Komeni, msijifanye mkuona.
Alafu nini kafanyika na msalaba?
Kanyari wacha nikwambie sasa, mtoto ndiye akabaki nayo. Like alikuwa anataka sijua achukue, sijua anataka abebe.
Hebu change grid guys, changeini grid. Boy, changeini grid ikuwe poa.
Hapo Misi Roseri, by the way, hapo Mikebe karibu aenda apige Kanyari.
Hii nini naipanga aje? Hii grid.
Hebu acha nione kama nitache.
Changeini grid ndio tupate nafasi.
Misi mod. Muzubeda change grid.
Oh my god, how do we do it? Guys,
pinya hapo kwa settings, hapo hivyo penye kuna guest kwa nini yako, alafu pale juu kuna kitu inakaa settings.
Change. Hebu change. Ndio tunataka ile grid nyingine ya kuweka watu huko juu. Ida unapatia Maggy kazi ngumu we koma.
Wacha ni change. Wacha nikubadilishie.
Ni change hiyo green. Basi hivyo.
Thank you.
Yeah, sasa hebu pandisha nani? Tupandishe what's her name? Mikebe request. Ndio huyo amekuja.
Oh.
Nitoe hot seat nani? Brighton. Nitoe hot seat. Jamani.
Umesema uko kwa hot seat.
Ndio aliandikiwa kizungu. Kanyari aliandikiwa kizungu. Anasema
Kanyari alishindwa kusoma.
Aliandikiwa kizungu hadi anastama kusoma kizungu.
Alafu Hi, Aki Mikebe sasa mambo?
Kwa sana, mimi nina breathe fire. Kwa nini wale watu walipea Kanyari kipaumbele hivyo? Ni kama alikuwa co-husband wa nani wa Tash. Kwani nani Betty alikuwa na mabibi wawili, nikaa kumpembeleza, wanampembeleza. Nyinyi shetani, ashindwa nyinyi wote mapasta mashetani. Mko na karaka moja kwa Kanyari
sana.
Ati bwana ya Betty akitajwa lazima Kanyari atajwe. Kwani walikuwa co-husband? Betty alikuwa na mabwana wangapi? Familia ikitoka kuombewa Kanyari yako pale. Familia ya Betty ilikuwa
franchise hapo wachambwe.
Acheni tabia mbaya na nyinyi mapasta wote wenye mlikuwa hiyo nini? Hiyo burial ceremony mnataka Kanyari mshindwe katika jina la Yesu.
Niambie huyu anaitwanga nani?
Azifu na Shia Bibi.
Kwani Betty alikuwa na tu husband ati kukiitwa familia lazima Kanyari akuwe hapo ndani?
Mikebe umewaka. Kanyari alipewa kipaumbele lakini kipaumbele yake ilikuwa ya madharau guys. You should look at it.
Hakuna kitu madharau ama nini. Kanyari hakuwa na
hata hakupanda guys, hata hakupanda kwa madhabahu. Alisomea huko chini mahali watu wamuoni.
Lakini kwa nini familia ikitokea kuombewa? Kwa nini familia na Kanyari?
Diamu yake unajua ilikuwa bidayana. Ilikuwa chini mahali watu hawaonekani. Lakini watoto bwana Kindiki kila mtu juu kwa madhabahu red carpet. Kanyari alizobea huko chini huko.
Lakini hata Kanyari akona tabia mbaya sana. Kanyari is a very mannerless man. Kwa nini familia ikitokea kuombewa kwa pale ndani? Kwani Betty alikuwa na wanaume wawili?
Familia yenyewe ili anataka kufaint mbele ya madhabahu.
Baba ana adabu kwa nini? Kwa kaburi pale ya kupeleka mwili ni yako pale mbele. Anataka hata kuingia na sanduku.
Hata imefanya sanduku haingi.
Betty alikuwa amekasirika.
What? Are you saying?
Kanyari anafaa kuchapwa. Hafai hata kuangalia.
Ndio nasema watu wako na nguvu vizuri wabebebebe huyo mzee watupe huko.
After mazishi alikimbia na nini yake, goods zake wamedrive kama wenda wazimu.
Karibu mtaratara.
Alipewa mwa Kenya, yani alishindwa kukanyaga. Alikanyaga step za haziendanishi na viatu zake.
Ati alichapa kikombe ya changa. Chekesha.
Unajua asubuhi alianza tu malalamishi asubuhi. Kanyari asha post. Umeona vitu vya Kanyari post Facebook leo. Kanyari ameenda screenshot messages alikuanga nazo.
Watu kujui
baba. Screenshot messages alikuanga nazo na Betty. Betty akimwambia sijui mtoto ana viatu sijui ana school fees. Amepost. Huyo baba na akili. Mmeona hizo vitu?
Amepost hadi mtoto akimwambia nataka bracelet.
Tumeona message za kuitishwa vitu but hatujaona M-Pesa. Alete M-Pesa.
Alete pale alituma M-Pesa.
Ati alikuwa ananitisha viatu lakini huyo mbaba kweli ni akili.
Alafu kwa mazishi ni yako pale ati familia ya Betty ikitoka kuombewa anatokea. Kwani Betty alikuwa na wanaume wawili?
Akiwacha nikuambie Mikebe kwetu. Akikuja hiyo matanga.
Asante.
Alafu alikuwa mboka akiangalia TikTok anaona lions azitumu.
Unaona Mikebe, ingekuwa kwetu Kanyari angekuja anakaa huko kwa fence huko hata nobody will.
Wacha nikwambie sisi kwetu Kanyari anga ingia kwa boma. Wacha nikwambie, hangeingia kwa boma kwetu, angekaa kwa gari aone kwa kwa YouTube, angekaa kwa gari nje ya compound aone mazishi kwa YouTube.
Yes.
Angefika karibu na sanduku.
Ikisha aende.
Angeona maiti.
Potelea tu huko.
Angeona maiti. Angeona maiti.
Kamila.
Tani yeye amepiga mboka na jina ya Betty hadi the last minute. Ni mtu mgani anakuanga nini TikTok live? Ni nini alikuwa anataka kuonyesha watu? Sikulikuwa na TV watu wangeenda kuonea huko. Amepiga na jina ya Betty mboka hadi the last. Alikuwa anaangalia gifts. Alikuwa anauliza mwenye ako na gift wametuma ngapi. Akisikia kuna lion anafanya.
Yani wameita familia iende iombewe, the bereaved family. Kanyari ndo wa kwanza kufika pale mbele kwenda kuombewa. I was shocked. Na analia, akona towel hivi anapanguza macho. Amelia yake yote, hata wenyewe watoto wenyewe hawalii hivyo yawa. Kanyari. Sisi tutakuchamba tu jamii.
Na sasa kwenye alikuwa anafanya hivyo, sio anapatia watoto machungu. Kwani Kanyari yako aje? Lakini like he didn't even want to. Usually kama wewe ni mtu mzima unaweka machozi yako ndio uprotect watoto wasikwe na machungu.
Yeah, I think so. At least Tash, me was like Tash ndo mwenye amekuwa na bibi, but at least anaka
lakini hata hivyo huyu Tash wenu hako mysterious.
Ukiwa na bibi ndio morning ajui kwa kuanzia.
Alisema aje?
Aya. Nimemaliza what I was doing. Nikimaliza mnipe mic.
Chukua mic.
Alisema nani Betty alimfunza kukaa na watoto. So yeye ataendelea na hiyo upendo na kulea hao watoto paka penye Betty alisema wafike. Yeye atakaa na watoto na upendo na atakuwa na hata birthday ya Betty ataifanya ni next sijui ni 4 days to come ataifanya na atakaa na watoto na atazidi kukaa na watoto hadi na wajomba hadi na mamti. Alikubali yeye kuongea vibaya na aliongea tu short and simple, ilikuwa tu short na ilikuwa smart. Na Kanyari umemwandikia page mzima lakini
aliandikiwa na
Kawera.
Kawera alimwandikia. Watu wakaanza kupiga kelele. Anasema watu venye walianza kelele akaanza nasema ya mwisho. Haya hii ni ya mwisho. Haya hii ni ya Wakanyari anatusomea nini anatusomea. Atukome.
Na Kimeru. Nini? Kawera alimwandikia speech na Kimeru. Ndani.
Alisoma na Kimeru?
Hapana, alikuwa anasoma kizungu ingine ikamshika.
Kawera hizi andika kizungu kubwa. Hiyo naye ni uongo.
Na hata hizo kizungu si kwa kizungu kubwa.
Kawera anajuanga kizungu ile Kawera anajua ni welcome daddy. Daddy, are you home? Daddy, do you need food? Daddy, can I make the bed? Daddy, are you satisfied? Hizo ndo kizungu Kawera anajua. Hizo peke yake. Kawera does not know anything beyond that. Ama daddy, children home. Daddy, kanisa. Hizo ndo Kawera anajua. Ama daddy, your legs. I can take care of your legs. Ama Brad. Hizo. Nothing else. Hakuna kizungu ingine Kawera amejua kushinda hapo. Hizo zenye nimewatajia hizo zote ndiye anajua peke yake. Nothing else beyond that. Unasikia? Daddy come. Daddy go. Daddy come.
Kama huko walielewa security tight. Sijaona huyo Wakamoto wala Kawera wala hizo matakataka zote.
Hizo mawira. Hizo mawira zikuwa. Hizo mawira zikuwa azikuwa mawira.
Ni kama huko security ilikuwa tight bana. Hawakusongea.
Umesema zilikuwa zimefungwa. Yaani huyo mwanamke unajua nilimsikia akiombea Kanyari ile siku do show maida na gai. Na watu machangi ni wakada watu bubu tena maro na madari. Na wala kienda wewe nikada wa gai wakwa. Nikasema huyu mwanamke kwani yako aje? Yaani
leo ni kama kiliwaramba. Akisijawaona.
Ala. So hizo mawira hazikumake it.
Leo walitolewa kwa vitu. Wachieni wageni viti. Wakina Rose Muhando wametoka Tanzania wamekuja matanga. Watu umetoka Tanzania, gospel singers they have come to mourn.
Ninataka Wirande alitolewa kwa kiti ya Rose Muhando. Wirande alitolewa akaambiwa hii kiti ni ya Rose Muhando. Those wiras walikuwa wamenichosha kuwaona. Those wira people. Nilikuwa nimechoka nao. Ebu Maggy Thatcher chukua mic.
Yeah, habari zenu. I hope everyone is okay. I hope mmeshinda poa. Mimi nimeshinda kazi, ndio sasa naelekea nyumbani. So, I just wanted to take this opportunity because Dana Rose akianza hii live ameshasema that the person Jackson Pailan is actually not the Kanyari that we know, is a different Kanyari. And so mimi kama Maggy Thatcher, Elias Maggy Thatcher, nataka ku apologize to Kanyari for the mistaken identity. May he find a place in his heart to forgive the misconception. Tumejua sasa yeye Kanyari hakubaka mtoto yoyote, and he has no history and he has no such conviction at all existing. So yes, that said, I now want to go back to the issue ya matanga. Matanga nilifuatilia kwa umbali. I think it was successful. Yeah, I think the matanga was hiyo mazishi ilikuwa successful. It was good, it was okay. And at least Betty amelazwa mahali pema peponi. And ni kama pia wameongezewa pesa because 5 million imeongezewa na the vice president Kithure Kindiki akasema ameongeza 5 million kwa trust fund ya watoto. It turns out
na pia president.
Please, it is my mic.
Now.
It is my mic.
What am I?
It is my mic. Let us respect each other's mic.
Ni sawa Maggy.
So I was told from my kufuatilia mazishi, I've learned that the vice president Kithure Kindiki gave 5 million to the children's trust fund. Actually, it is in that process I learned watoto hata wako na trust fund. And then pia I'm suspecting your trust fund imeundwa tu juzi vile the mother amekufa, though I can't verify that, but I'm suspecting so. And then kulikuwa pia na the president pia ameongeza 5 million kwa trust fund ya watoto, and I suspect pia ile pesa ya unye yenye walikuwa wanawekelea tashi ya kuwa amepewa akakula, I think that money went to the trust fund. So so far as we know, at least presidents watatu wametoa pesa kwa trust fund ya watoto, so that is around 11 million kwa trust fund ya watoto. So I don't think wale watoto watakuwa na shida yoyote kwa masomo yao, regardless of who ends up with the children. Yes, so that is something good. That was good news. And then last but not least, I was always for the father kukuwa na watoto wake. Actually hii kesi ya sex offense ndio ilikuwa imefanya nimekuwa anti Kanyari nikisema asipatiwe watoto wake. As Maggy Thatcher, I actually don't care about his personal life. He can do whatever he wants with women as long as they are of age. But watoto alizaa watoto, and I believe hafai kukatazwa watoto wake, especially kama amekuanga ako kwa life ya watoto. Whoever gets full custody or whoever doesn't get full custody, it doesn't matter this time. The children's watoto wako protected. I was happy kujua watoto wako na trust fund, so whoever they end up with, at least their future is still secured. And I know watu wataendelea kuweka pesa kwa hiyo trust fund yao watoto, and which is a good thing. And then as of the last 2 nights mumekuwa mkiona some messages zinazurura. I think Kanyari has been releasing messages showing how Betty Bayo was begging her, akimwambia lipia watoto sijui nini private school transport sijui 98,000. Na kuna mwenye anahitaji kutengenezwa meno aweke sijui braces anahitaji pesa ya kwenda kuwekwa braces sijui amuongezee sijui 35,000 and what. And then pia kulikuwa na messages zingine sijui mdogo amerarua uniforms anafaa apewe ma uniforms kidogo message nyingine inatokelezea. And you know Kanyari was actually blue ticking those messages, and I'm surprised alikuwa anaziblue-tick. Sijui kama alikuwa anaziblue-tick kama baadaye alikuwa anampigia anamwambia waongee, because kuna mali nafika unaona message anamuuliza kwani ulisahau So unaona nikikutumia message na baadaye nione kwani ulisahau, I'll be thinking okay, this is a message that was clearly ignored, but in as much as it is showing that Kanyari was probably ignoring Betty kwa some demands za watoto, it also leaves a question mark, inaacha big question mark, as in Tash mwenyewe alikuwa anasaidia Betty kivipi? Unaona? Because something like school uniform, I don't think ni kitu Betty anafaa kuwa kifuata Kanyari nayo atialete.
Kwani watoto ni wachache?
Wacha nijibu kabla hata hujaongea. Maggy,
Kusikia kwa mazishi kusemekana na kampuni walianza na Betty 2023.
Wacha nikuambie kitu.
Okay, wacha nimalize kuongea alafu nifunge mic alafu you pick up.
Yeah, okay. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so that leaves me wondering what was Tasha's role yeye kwa watoto ni gani? Because ukiamua kuitwa baba na umeamua kuchukua watoto kama wako, then you should also equally assume responsibility kwa watoto, because you've decided to assume that parental responsibility.
Tapuru.
By taking the children. So yeah, I think as Kanyari was posting those messages, aliji-expose, but I think at the same time ali-expose Tash. Unaona? Ni kama ali-expose Tash. Ni kama anajaribu kuonyesha huyu mwanaume hakuna kitu alikuwa na providea na Betty nayo when it comes to his children. It was just yeye ndiye anatafutwa kwa kila kitu. Basically, I think that's what he's trying to imply. Because hizo messages, those are very personal messages. Huwezi kuniambia there is anyone else who had access to those messages if it's not Kanyari who has released them. So that was it. So otherwise everything went well and I'm glad Mazishi was successful. Yeah, na nani hi Meru Pretty, nice to see you. Yeah. Toka nyuma ya tenti we. Aya. So I think that is it guys. So
wacha nikwambie kitu juu wewe ndio umeleta hii story. Let me tell you, that is your opinion and we respect it. Let me tell you something. In the messages that Kanyari was sharing, did you see messages from Betty?
Yeah, the messages, ukiangalia kichwa ya message kule juu imeandikwa Mama Sky.
Okay, good. Mama Sky. Kulikuwa na messages za M-Pesa zenye Kanyari alionyesha yenye alikuwa ametuma pesa kuhusiana na hayo, yani zile vitu alikuwa anaomba. Alipost M-Pesa?
No, hakupost M-Pesa, just the messages.
Yeah, then that is null and void. Null and void, because anybody can chukua number. Yeah, so we cannot talk, hatuwezi kuongelelea hiyo, because at the end of the day what we can talk about is verified M-Pesa messages, payments. Kama Kanyari anaweza kutupostia pali alilipa school fees na M-Pesa, good. Akitupostia pali alilipa uniforms, good. Akitupostia pali alikuwa anafanya shopping akaweka na M-Pesa, good. That is all. Kanyari atulete messages zenye alituma pesa kwa Betty Bayo. Otherwise hizo
ni responsibility yake.
Hizo ni stories za jaba. I'm telling you, stories za jaba. Unaona?
Nipeni mic.
Yeye alete, ngoja kwanza nimalize na kupea mic. Alete message. Unajua ukiamua kuleta messages, unafaa kuleta messages za mapesa zenye umelipa. Because huwezi kutuambia eti unatuonesha message ya uniform na hujatuletea hizo messages. Another thing, Maggy, I wanted to respond to you. Kanyari has the responsibility of taking care of his children, not Tash. Let me make this clear, because kuna watu wako confused hapa. Kanyari should take care of his children until they are 18, whether they are in another man's house or not. Those are his children. That is, ngoja kwanza Zubeida, please mute. I want to make this point clear, because people are confusing these things. There is something about conversations about Kanyari where women and men have been making this argument that Kanyari hafai kufanya nini kuangalia watoto wake kwa sababu watoto wako kwa Tash. No, the children are Kanyari's responsibility. Those are his children. Yeye ndiye aliwazalisha. Tash ako pale kama msaidizi, alikuwa msaidizi wa Betty na ni mpenzi wa Betty. Tash does not have the sole responsibility of taking care of Kanyari's children. That's the fact. Mnasikia? Mtoto wako ukimzaa, hata kama amechukuliwa na serikali, unafaa kumchunga. Ndio maana kuna kitu inaitwanga child support. Yenye kama serikali imekunyang'anya mtoto ama wameweka mtoto mahali, bado wanataka utumie pesa zako ulipie mahitaji ya mtoto penye mtoto yuko. So Kanyari should take care of his children mpaka wafike miaka 18. It doesn't matter where the kids are. Wawe Europe, wawe America, wawe Kenya. That is his responsibility because aliwazaa mpaka wafike 18. The idea of Kanyari akuje kujifanya eti anaonesha vile alikuwa analipa pesa na hana ati anajaribu kupaint Tash in a bad way. That is his foolishness. Kanyari, those are your children. You're supposed to fully take care of them without it.
I want to ask, what is parental responsibility about?
Parental responsibility?
And what parental responsibility pertains, maybe we can know who is supposed to play which role.
Now, before you even ask that question, let us talk about blended families. And there are two types of blended families. One, where the parents of the children, pali umeenda ukaoleka, baba ya watoto wako bado yuko mzima. Niseme for example, mimi sasa Maggy, ni bwanangu angekuwa mzima leo, nichukue watoto vile nimewachukua watoto, niende nikaoleke mahali, yule mume wangu bado anafaa kuendelea kuhudumia watoto wake. Kama alikuwa anatoa 50-50, lazima ataendelea na hiyo 50-50. It doesn't change. It does not change. The fact that I'm married to another man does not mean the responsibility of my husband changes. No way. That man is not marrying his responsibility. That man is not erasing his responsibility as a father. That man is marrying me. The choice of a man I'm marrying to take care of my children, it is not mandatory. It's a choice. The man I'm marrying to love my children is a choice. It's not mandatory. The man I'm marrying to welcome my children is a choice. It's not mandatory. Unasikia? So hiyo ni kitu tunafaa ku make very clear. There is no law that forces a man you are marrying to take care of your children. Hakuna. Nowhere. Nowhere. But there is law that mandates a man that has brought forth children to take care of his children mpaka wafike 18 years old. Now, if the man is dead, niseme leo mume wangu ameaga, na mimi nimeenda nikaoleka mahali, na bwanangu amekufa. Kama nimeoleka, by marriage, by virtue of marriage, that man now becomes the sole guardian in my absence when I'm gone, of my children, by virtue of marriage. He becomes the sole guardian of my children, the custodian of my children.
I disagree.
Yes.
I disagree, and the reason why I disagree,
nimesema kama mume wangu amekufa na huyu mwanaume alikuwa ni bwana yangu, by virtue of marriage, watoto wamebaki yatima kwa sababu biological parents walienda, they wanabaki na stepfather. That is what is there legally. By the way, benefits zangu zitaenda kwa mwanaume na watoto wata benefit. Unasikia? That's what I'm saying legally. That is what is legal, Maggy.
Legally, once a person assumes parental responsibility, regardless of whether that person is a biological parent to this child or not, the moment you may assume parental responsibility kwa mtoto who is a minor, you are also mandated and supposed to legally provide for that child.
Listen, there is no mandate that makes you responsible for another man's child when he's alive. There is none.
But if he feels that those children are another man's children,
there is none.
That should apply everywhere.
Wacha nikwambie, listen, ndio maana mnaambiwanga hivi, ukienda kuoleka mahali na uko na watoto, make sure you put things in place so that your children's safety is there, prioritized. Those are things that are called things like adoption. Una make sure there is legal papers that are binding. Unasikia? Listen, you cannot impose parental responsibility to
Tash legally adopted the children, Diana. Are you forgetting?
Listen, Maggie, even if Tash legally adopted the children, Kanyari still has a right to see the children and take care of the children. It doesn't stop him from taking care of the children. The fact that Tash has adopted, the fact that Tash, wacha nikwambie, Kanyari anafaa kuendelea kuchunga watoto wake hata kama watoto watakuwa, hata Tash akioa bibi mwingine, Kanyari bado atachunga watoto wake wakiwa na Tash. Kaselo.
Hati hakuwa analipa nyumba, alikuwa anafaa hata kulipa nyumba.
Alikuwa anafaa hata kulipa mpaka nyumba, ako na bahati. Hizi vitu tu ni kusikizana tu, unasikia? Umesikia? That is what usually happens. So the fact that Tash was married to Betty does not mean Tash has parental responsibility to those children. No.
The fact that he adopted the children, he does have parental responsibility.
Let me tell you something. Right now, Tash will have parental responsibility because his partner that accorded him guardianship via adoption is gone. So he does have that responsibility. So he's going to take that because as the appointed guardian by law, legally. So now he's gonna share responsibility with Kanyari. Legally.
Now,
why there is law.
Isn't what I'm talking about when I talk about parental responsibility? Responsibility is not a matter of you just being in the picture ati mimi nimechukua watoto. No. It does not just involve yeye kuchukua tu watoto. Parental responsibility will involve, number 1, providing a home for the child. Number 2, protecting and maintaining the child's welfare. Number 3, educational decisions for the child. Number 4, medical care, including consenting to medical treatment. Number 3, it can also include naming a child or agreeing to name changes. Number 4, managing their property if they have any. Number 5, disciplining the child. So it's not just about
let me ask you.
It's not about that.
Are you trying to say that when I say Tash akiishi na watoto wa Kanyari haezi aka discipline watoto? Is that what you're saying?
No, unajaribu kutuambia that Tash yeye anafaa akae tu hapo kama sanamu ati yeye ni baba watoto wa Betty.
No. Maggy,
kufanya ati kazi ya kutoa pesa ni ya Kanyari.
Maggy, Maggy, don't misconstrue my statements. Please do not misunderstand me. Please tafadhali. Na nakwambia tunajaribu hapa hivi tukifanya hizi vitu tuna educate watu. That's not what I'm saying. Tafadhali. What I'm saying is
kazi yake ni kutoa pesa apatie Tash leo watoto. It cannot work like that.
Wacha nikuulize. Why are you taking things literally? I'm asking you. You think that Tash anaweza kakaa na watoto wa Kanyari na wakose kukula eti anangoja Kanyari? Is that what you think? No. Kama watoto wa
kazi yake ni gani? Because hata Betty akiwa hai, vitu kama uniform Betty bado anaenda kuitisha.
Yawa Magifuli nani alikuwa ananunua manguo walikuwa wanavaa, nyumba inalipwa, mbocha analipwa, a lot of things.
Ile mwaka waliishi Kanyari aliwasaidia.
Ndio nakuuliza, wakiwa hapa Amerika walikuwa naishi kwa nyumba ya Kanyari? Maggy. Walikuwa hapa Amerika walikuwa naishi kwa nyumba ya Kanyari? For Sky to be able to move out and in America, unajua ni Tash ndiye ametengeneza hizo. That movement, that safe movement is because now she is a permanent resident. Sio Kanyari ndiye alikuwa ametengeneza hiyo. Umeelewa?
Guys, let me tell you.
Alafu another thing, let me tell you. Listen, let me just tell you something. Wacha nikwambie. Watoto walikuwa ati sio Tash. Sio Tash, kwani watoto walikuwa wameishi wapi? Wewe wacha kusema kitu.
It is better news to know everything.
No, Maggy. Unajua unaongelea. Wacha nikwambie. Guys, let me tell you. Stop kuharibieni Tash jina. Tash ako na makao hapa. Please stop it. A lot of you mnaongea from a place of ignorance. Sisi tuko hapa America. Sisi tumesha pull huyo mtu profile yake.
Ungekuwa uko Amerika Linda umefuatilia Tash vizuri.
Nimefuatilia Tash. Nimefuatilia Tash, nimetoa mpaka profile yake, nimejua places amefanya zote na hata pesa yenye anapata hapa. Ni nini mnasema nini?
By now ungekuwa umefuatilia vizuri, ungekuwa ready unajua Tash ako na watoto 4 alei.
Wewe Maggy, Tash ako na watoto 3 with a baby mama, si 4. Koma. No, Maggy, no. Don't say what you don't know. There are 3 kids. The other woman had another child. Please stop. Wacha kusema
hivi. The 3 kids. Huyo mwanamke aliwacha
Maggy, Tash has been paying child support. Kama halipi child support, Tash angekuwa ameshashikwa, Tash angekuwa na record.
Huyo mwanamke alimwachilia. The mother just decided not to follow him.
Maggy, tafadhali.
Lazima watoto wote waandikwe kwa portal ya baba yao hapa Amerika. Wao kama 5 lazima tutajua.
Exactly. It is there.
Ila wameachana mawajatana, as long as mtoto huyu ndio baba yake tutaona
Lazima ikuwe kwa record. Alafu another thing, hata kama kulikuwa na kesi na imetolewa, lazima ikuwe on record. It is there. Kama Tasha aliwahi tafutiwa child support, lazima ikuwe on record. It is there. Hizo ni vitu hazitolewangi.
Yeah, let us just not talk about rumors zenye tunasikia kwa post kwa Facebook. Tuongee na reality.
Maggy, please stop. Don't do that. Please. Unafikiria tukiongelelea Tash tunamuongelelea kwa nini? Si kwa sababu tulienda tukaangalia. Kila kitu iko hapa hivi open, is there. Unajua, wewe mwenye unasema Maggy, wewe mwenye unajua Tash, hebu niambie jina yake ya kwanza real ni gani?
Ni Hiram. Si anaitwa Hiram.
Chekesha. Kiki Queen, hebu cheka hapo kidogo. Ati jina yake ni Hiram.
Ni Hiram Getao. Ama anatumia majina gani?
Haujui jina yake.
Anaitwa Hiram Getao. Na mama yake ni pastor.
Koma, wacha nikutumie ujui. Kwenda kabisa, wacha kusema hizo.
Lakini wacheni niwaambie guys, mimi msikuja hapa
wacha nikwambie kitu. Listen, let me tell you something.
Hakuna kitu kama hiyo.
Listen.
Hivi vile nimeshagundua Kanyari is not a sex offender. I will defend him to the last.
To me is still a sex offender. Alipinga mwanamke mwenye amelewa kwa live. He's still a sex offender. He's still a dirty man. He's still a disgusting man. I will not.
Mwanamke mbona hajaenda kumfungulia kesi kotini?
Aliogopa Kanyari ability.
Wacha nikuwekee hapa usikie kidogo tu.
Kanyari ability.
Wacha nimwekee kidogo asikize. Najua anafikiria
alienda police station wewe.
Alienda makombeni.
Wacha tumwekee huyu Maggy. Unajua Maggy,
nimeshasema ninarudia. Kanyari has every right.
Things don't work like that. You don't force. You don't push things by force.
But I'm very happy. Pesa ya watoto imeenda kwa trust fund na si kwa mfuko ya Tash.
That is the only good thing umesema hapa Said, na tumekubaliana naye. Hapo tumekubaliana. Pesa ikiingia kwa trust fund, perfect. But stories hizo zingine.
Na ni mwenye anataka kusaidia watoto, mpeleke pesa kwa trust fund. Tash asipewe pesa yoyote ya hao watoto.
Hakuna mtu Tash baada atapata pesa. Hata wacha nikwambie Maggy. Wacha nipatie Maggy the bad news. Life insurance ya Betty Bayo, Tash atapata yote.
Kuna evidence but alikuwa na issue.
Ambia wale waende. I want to sort you out. And discover that even before the live I was feeling threatened.
Na pengine when you woke up in the next morning, did you realize that maybe something had happened to you, like maybe you guys had gotten intimate in a way, ama ulikuwa tu sawa? Kwa Tongo Nguvu, mimi naitwa presenter Ali wa Entertainment PA. The A is always for amazing. Siku zote na TBD kuhakikisha kwamba nakuletea stories tofauti, and of course kuna binti fulani hivi ambaye nina uhakika kwamba sura hii sigeni. Kuna video fulani pia ambayo imekuwa ikitrend pale kwenye TikTok wakati ambapo alikuwa live na Kanyari the pastor, na of course ni video ambayo ilikuwa disturbing kind of, na ni video pia ambayo watu wengi walizungumzia wakataka kujua ni nini ambacho kinaendelea. Watu wengi pia wakaona kwamba ni video ambayo ilimkoseshea Kanyari heshima na pia mwanadada mwenyewe. That's why nimetia bidii kuhakikisha tu kwamba namtafuta, tupige naye story tuweze kujua ni kitu gani ambacho kiliendelea. Je, ni wapenzi? Je, wanapendana? Je, wanajuana au walijuana hiyo siku? Mambo vipi?
Salama sana.
Uko salama?
Niko salama.
Wanakuita nani?
Saada Daudi.
Saada Daudi. Yes. Saada Daudi, uko poa?
Niko poa.
Okay, of course kuna story ambayo nina imani umesikia ikizungumziwa sana kwenye mitandao, na video pia zipo nyingi, watu walikata a few clips wakaziweka pale kwenye TikTok. Pengine unaweza ukatujuza kwanza ilikuwaje mpaka ukapatana na Kanyari? Tell us the story. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much for the platform and for your willingness to listen. My name is Saada Daud. And while scrolling through my TikTok nikakutana na live ya Pastor Kanyari akisema anataka kusaidia 1,000 youths to start businesses. And his helping nature attracted me kwa sababu sana nilikuwa in a financially unstable place. So nikamfollow, nikaanza kuwatch live zake na nikaona vile anasaidia watu, and that convinced me to go to his church on Sunday because that was the only condition alipeana if you need to be helped to anzishe biashara. So I did go to the church and I expressed there that I want to be helped to start a business because na feel na deserve it because I used to have a business like 2 to 3 months ago.
Biashara gani?
I used to sell food, small, nauza food hapo nje ya Madinaishi, just a small food business and selling Swahili delicacies. So when that stopped due to reasons best known to myself, when I came across the pastor's live, I felt this is the thing for me. And my financial stability was weak to a point where I really had to make sacrifices to get to the church and to cater for my transport. So I did go there. I expressed what I need and people were told when walikuwa wamekuja kusaidiwa.
Hauko peke yako, mlikuwa wengi.
Yes.
Okay.
Wakaambiwa waache details, watapigiwa. They started listening to one person after the other. When it got to my point to give my details, the assistant to the pastor told me that the pastor wants to have a word with you, so ngojea kidogo muongelesha. I was like, okay. And it's a person I admire too, so I was waiting with the, like the anticipation of happiness. So I waited. Akifika hapo, he came with a certain Facebook socialite and we started having conversations. They even started giving advice on how I'd go about my difficulties that I'm facing right now.
So walikuwa wanakuambia ufanye nini?
Walikuwa wananiambia vile like advising, don't give up, business inaweza fail na unaweza anzisha tena, you can do this, ukianzisha business you can even change the location, so that just basic advice, and it was going all good. And then it got kinda saa moja na nusu. So the guy was leaving, him with another YouTuber, and they expressed that they are coming to the sides where I'm living in Thika Road. So akaniambia
pia wao walikuwa wamekuja kusaidiwa?
Hapana, wao ni ma TikTok. Huyu mmoja ni Facebook socialites, don't know if I'm safe to mention the name, and the other one is a YouTuber. So wakaniambia enda kwa pastor akumalizie, tuende sasa usipande matatu ndio sisi tunaenda Thika Road. Exactly. Yes, I was like, that's a good idea. Even told him, because the pastor was talking to another person, ebu enda unifungulie the way to me telling him that. Akaenda to the pastor akamwambia like malizana na huyu tuende na yetu drop, and then the pastor was like sawa ngoja pale kidogo. When I went to sit with the pastor, he expressed that akaniambia sasa wewe like you came here with problems and I'm trying to assist you, but when kama uko na haraka kuenda, I wanted to give you options because kurudisha biashara ni kind of a risk. What if you get something more secure like a job? And intrigued and in need of support, I am like, yes, what do I need to do? He goes like, ambia wale waende, me I want to sort you out till the end ndo uweze kuenda. I was like, okay. So I went and told them that you can leave. Then I stayed around with the pastor. with his 2 female secretaries. He tells me to get on in his car and we go to the office. Bali anionyeshe hiyo kazi.
Oh, mkatoka kanisani sasa mkaenda ofisini. Yeah.
Yes, it's like just 10 minutes away. So we are there, we get into this big compound, and then inside a certain section, it has different sections. Akiniingiza huko kuna radio stations, TV stations, and we go into this particular office of his where he was on that live. So tumeingia, akaambia secretary wake, after some minutes akanionyesha the radio, akanionyesha the music, he showed me 1 2 3, and then he went like, letea mgeni chakula na drinks. And then the woman brought food, and then she went akamamariwa something to the ears of the pastor, from the pastor, and then she stood and went out, and she came with 2 cups ikiwa na this reddish drink, which I believed was kind of, I think not ripe, then a watermelonish, because you know the color. I did have the drink, and immediately I started feeling like I'm losing it, more like I'm getting drunk, but I don't believe that was alcohol, right? So, and in that moment I lose consciousness of my actions, and I don't remember anything else. Baka asubuhi, naamka asubuhi, naona environment iko tensed, kuna wasee,
bado mko kwa ofisi.
Unaona kwa ofisi yake ni compound kubwa, alafu kuna nyumba sections
za kuishi.
So moja huku kuna radio stations na TV stations, huku mali amehost some workers, na huku mahali there is a room that he sleeps in and some other girls.
So uliamka kwa room yake. Okay.
And I'm wondering, I don't have my phone, I don't have my things, I'm wondering what's going on. Sana nashuka and natafuta, I'm asking for my phone, kila mtu hawaoni, like I insisted until my phone was brought to me and it was off. I put it on charger, which already it had charge, so I was wondering how it got off. Anyways, I turn on my phone na nakuta watu wananitafuta, my friends are looking for me, and I'm wondering what's going on, and I check, I found out that while during later that night he went on live and he started
TikTok. TikTok,
the whole live, and I'm seemingly seen in the videos having fun and sometimes laughing, you know, but I'm not conscious of anything that I did that night until I woke up, and up to now I don't even know 100% of the story, because I can't gather the strength to watch Saada in that character. It's heavy for me. Maybe I will during, in the meantime, but yeah. So I'm asking what's going on, and he's tensed. With the help of some other TikToker, they're trying to pull the videos down using TikTok coins so that it could undetectable and all that. He's tensed and all that, and I want to go at this point, but then he suggests that I should lay on the low, because some more TikTokers were calling him confirming, msichana kwa wapi, tunataka kujua msichana kwa wapi, lazima anyamaze, sijui nini, hiyo ilichoma nini. So yeah, anawaambia yuko hapa, alitoka saa 9 za usiku nini. Even there's a Facebook socialite who asked for my number, and if you hear this, you can go check the number and call it back, or check it. That was not my number, it was one of his numbers that he has there. Akakupea tu, nilikuwa nimekaa tu hapo, he was telling me ongea and all that, and even when you called him back and you are talking ill about me, I saw that. Anyways, so he refuses me to leave the premises, and you can't, because ni gate kubwa na mwenye kuna kifunguo afungui bila permission from the pastor. So yes. I pull out my strongest card at the moment, and that is looking that I'm not rebelling, because I did not know what else could happen. So I come down and I'm texting my friends and all that, and I discover that even before the live I was feeling threatened, and there's proof to that via voice notes. And anakata nitoke akisema nafaa kulay low, and me I'm just praying and all that. I even overhear them sometime wakisema msichana tutamfanyia nini juu anaweza toka, anaweza ongea, because the only thing that saved me to get out of there is that was on Monday. I stayed in his place the whole day, and then on Tuesday I had a court proceeding. Nilishikwa maandamano last week, so
ulishikwa tao. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, guys, this video is on YouTube. You can go and watch it. Imebaki na 14 minutes. I don't have that time, so I'll just summarize for you. Sawa. Huyu msichana, wachana na hii video. Sisi tuli watch live. Nani alikuwa kwa hiyo live? Sisi tuli watch live Kanyari akimuingiza vidole, na huyu msichana alikuwa anamkataza a stop. We watched it live. Si ati nini, ngoja kwanza ni block mbwa ingine hapa. Kuna mtu hapa anakuja hapa kuandika, acha ni block mkundu ya nyani. Usiwahi kuja kwa live yangu kuandika ujinga. So wachana na hii video, ati hii ni recorded version yake, lakini sisi tuli watch what Kanyari did to her. Alikuwa anamshika matiti, na huyu msichana alikuwa ni kama amelewa, hajijui, hajitambui. Ndio sasa anaeleza ya kwamba yeye aliamka asubuhi akapata hiyo video ina trend na hakujua, aliamka kama ajui nini imefanya. Umesikia? So this girl alikuwa anaguzwa na Kanyari without her consent. Hakukuwa amejua, she was not in a place to give consent. That one we watched live. Si eti mtu alituambia, ilikuwa live hapa kwa TikTok. Maggy Thatcher mwenye anataka kwenda kumaliza hii story udem alienda mpaka polisi akastaki. Alienda, it's here in this video, go watch it online. Anasema story yake. Alienda mpaka police station akashtaki. Ngoja ni block huyu Kelly. Alafu atasema story yake yako, mnaweza kufuatilia. Sawa? So that one actually happened. Tumeelewana? Wewe ulikuwa unataka kujua hiyo story, nimekupatia hiyo story. Kama uko umejua Maggy, ndio hiyo story. So me I still stay and I still insist that Maggy Kanyari is...
I know about it.
Yeah?
I know about it. I know about it. I actually, hata mimi I witnessed that live. I know about it.
Okay.
But sitaki kuinvolve watoto wa Kanyari na hii story because sioni mbali watoto wa Kanyari wanahusika kwa hii story.
Wacha nikuulize, kama mwanaume ambaye ni baba wa watoto anaweza kushika mwanamke ambaye haezi kuconsent kwa live, you think that is okay?
Angeshika Samantha age girls ama kama vile kulikuwa na hizi allegation alikuwa amebaka some 4-year-old, hapo ndio mimi naweza kuwa na shida na Kanyari. But his sex escapades with women, honestly it is none of my business.
Maggy, you are embarrassing me.
No, honestly,
listen, Maggy, you are embarrassing me. Listen, these are not sex escapades. Sex escapades, they involve 2 consenting adults. This lady was drunk. She could not consent. Please. Consent was not given. Gosh. Please, don't do this.
Was probably also drunk.
No, listen. If Kanyari was probably drunk, how come Kanyari is the one that was stopping her from leaving and asking her not to report? How come he remembered every detail of what happened and she couldn't remember? Come on, Maggy. Please. Please.
Sasa wacha niulize, hiyo inazuiaje Kanyari kulea watoto wake?
Kwa nini Maggy gava ikijua uko na cases kama hizi huwa inakunyang'anya watoto?
But mwanamke akwenda kushtaki, alienda akafungulia Kanyari kesi.
Yeah, but Kanyari akamthreaten.
Mko na evidence Kanyari alimthreaten?
Siko kwa hiyo video.
Enda angalia hata kwa hiyo video. Go and watch it. I just couldn't put the whole of it because I'm tired. I just didn't want to please.
Munajamu mukirukaruka.
No. Maggy, let me tell you something. Maggy Thatcher, let me tell you something, Maggy. I know that you are a very brilliant woman, but even in your brilliance, there are some things that sometimes you don't understand, and it's okay. Like, you don't have to force that you are on a particular side if you don't have an understanding about some things. Maggy, there is some education that you probably need on issues of date rape and consent. Because I've seen this argument come up before and I've seen how you respond, and clearly right now you are victim blaming. When a woman is drunk, even when you are drunk, Maggy, and you're with a man, and that man decides to have sex with you, that person has taken advantage of you, because when you're drunk, you are not in your right state of mind to give consent. And that is sexual assault, Maggy. I'm telling you. And it is clearly stipulated in the Sexual Offences Act in Kenya that a person that is drunk cannot give consent.
Okay, wacha tuseme Kanyari sexually assaulted the woman whom they were actually drinking together and both of them were drunk. Let us assume he sexually assaulted the woman. Hiyo inainterfere aje na yeye kulea watoto wake na kuprovide watoto wake?
If a person has no respect for another person's body, then chances are at 90% he would also not create a safe environment for a child to thrive. They would also have no respect for their child. That's something that has
honestly, guys, I just feel like you.
and Maggy, and I'm gonna ask you. Wacha nikwambie kitu. And I'm telling you, if you can take your time, Alwatch, wacha nikupandishe. Alwatch, send request Alwatch. Akikujeni mnisaidie kuongea kidogo. Thank you. Nitapatia nani?
None of us as a parent here is perfect.
Ukimaliza,
if we were to go by our imperfections and shortcomings, none of us angefaa kuwa na watoto. None of us.
Let me tell you something. When it comes to sexual assault and abuse, that is no way, no place for us to start giving comparisons. There is a bar that is too low for even us to start making comparisons. Please, sexual assault, physical abuse.
What is the basis of like believing this lady more than Kanyari?
Because
what is the basis?
Because as a person that understands patriarchy, it is always best to believe a victim before a perpetrator. That's common sense. Because of rape culture, it's always best to be on the side of a victim before a perpetrator.
Dana, did you see a case where a man went and spent time in jail because the daughter lied, I'm grape?
I have seen cases where people have gone to jail because people have lied, but the percentage of people that go to jail because people have lied, the percentage of men that go to jail because women have lied are at about 8%. The amount of men that go to jail because women have said wamebakwa is 70%, and it is always true. That is statistics. Go and look it up. 75% of women that say they have been sexually assaulted by men are always saying the truth. And most of these people have actually been convicted. That is statistics. If you look it up, you'll see it online. So I'll give the mic to Mtaratara, then I'll watch, then Mufasa. Thank you.
Yeah. Before wachukue mic, I just want to say, as long as this lady did not go to court to prove her allegations, we will take it as allegations.
And let me tell you something.
If it was not allegation, angeenda kotini.
Let me tell you, Maggie, it is people like you that make women not report when they've been assaulted because of victim blaming and rape culture. Every time we start questioning the story of a victim, every time we start asking, why did you not report? Every time we start asking, why did you sit with him and you were drunk with him? We continue to create a problem, and we continue to create barriers for victims to speak out. That is what is called rape culture.
Umesikia this lady akisema vizuri, she had financial challenges. How sure am I she had not gone there to blackmail Kanyari?
Listen, it doesn't matter if she had gone there to rob Kanyari or to blackmail him. Kanyari has no business sexually assaulting her. Nobody should be sexually assaulted, whether they are a thief, whether they have gone to drink, whether they have gone on a date, whether they are your wife. You have no business sexually assaulting anybody. Even if they have come to borrow you food, they have come to ask you for anything or money, you have no business sexually assaulting them.
You don't take advantage of someone because ati amekuja hana kitu, mfanyie hivyo.
Yeah. So I'll yield the mic to Mtaratara.
Okay, I will work.
Oh, you wanna say? Oh, you're at work. Okay, Mtaratara, I'm so sorry. I beg your pardon. Mufasa doesn't come up easily. Go ahead, Mufasa. Yeah.
Maggie, hi. I have always been a supporter of you guys. I come to the comments, I comment and leave. But this is close to my heart because I know what Diana stands for. And this, I'm not talking for Diana. I'm talking as a woman, as a nurse. Maggie, for the love of God, please stop. I'm sorry, I'm not here to fight you. I'm not one person who fights anyone. But please, as a fellow nurse, as a woman, I'm asking Maggie, for the love of God. For everyone who had a purple profile picture, please please, please, please do not. This is coming out so bad for you as a nurse. We are the ones who take care of these people when they get abused. I'm begging you for the love of God. Minimona mpaka Diana of eyes I have no, Maggie, let me just finish.
Being accused falsely?
No. Maggie, it's okay for you to have your own opinion about Kanyari. I'm not all about Kanyari. I do not care what he does, but I am here for what this platform that Diana has worked so hard stands for, because already, and I'm also here as a nurse to tell you, my fellow nurse, please, do not talk like that about people who have been assaulted. Let's not shame this, because it's coming out so bad. Maggie, if you're on this other side of the world.
So that is to say, you guys, I can come here and lie to you guys that a man has sexually assaulted me without evidence, and you guys
okay, let me ask you, what authority do you have to say that she's lying?
Maggie, a crime is not a crime until proven. Yes,
I don't understand. What authority do you have, Maggie, now that you're saying?
No, it's very clear. Somebody is innocent until proven guilty.
No. And it is for those reasons. It is for those reasons that we talk about protection for a victim until we go through a judicial.
You guys are forgetting that you also have sons.
That is a very
Maggie, I am talking as a mother who has a son.
And I also have a son.
I'm telling you. And Diana also has a son. We are not here.
How would you feel if somebody out of nowhere amekuja kuallege kijana mtoto wako amemgrape?
Wacha nikwambie kitu. Nani Mufasa, just wait. I want to respond to Maggie now.
Oh my God.
If a woman or a girl comes to me and tells me that my son, I'm sexually assaulted, I'll be the first person to call the police on my son. I will take that girl to the hospital. I will talk to her. That is the first thing I will do. If somebody comes to me and tells me my son has sexually assaulted them, I will listen to them. I will want to hear the story. I will protect them. If there is reason enough for me to call the cops for my son, I will be the first person to dial 911. Because that is what I have taught my children. Unasikia? Because Mimi, my stand about sexual assault will be standard, whether you are my son, whether you're my husband, whether you're my boyfriend, whether you're my father, whether you're my uncle.
But do you agree to them being accused falsely? Do you agree to them being accused
being accused falsely? Now the burden of proof lies with them. They will have to prove their case in court. It is their job. If you've been accused, the burden of proof lies with you. When you go to court, you will have to say that you did not do it and prove it. That is your business.
And Maggie, let us not forget.
That is why there is a victim and a perpetrator. Those two names, they exist for a reason. There is a subject and a master and a person that is subjugated. That is what happens. When we talk about sexual assault and the education that is needed about protecting victims, it's important that victims are heard, victims are protected, victims are not scrutinized, victims are listened to, and victims are empowered and covered so that they can tell their stories. That is why we have rape culture in Kenya, because honestly, Maggie, if people would not be judging victims, the statistics of children wenye wanakuwa defiled, hata wanawake ambao wanabakwa, wanawake wanauliwa kwa ma A and B, ingekuwa chini. But because of statements like yours, there are so many women that cannot come out to tell their stories because they are afraid of being judged. And when victims are shut down, when victims do not have a voice, perpetrators are enabled. They gain more power. Hence the statistics of women being harmed and femicide being high in Kenya. That is the reason why there's a lot of women being killed and children in Kenya. because
and corruption
have been silenced. Reports are not being done. Cases are not handled properly because of the labels and the labeling around victims. That is what's happening.
Now, I have not disagreed to anything you're talking here about victims. I fully agree. But now I am asking, specific to this Kanyari case and this lady's case.
Yes.
Is Kanyari a convict or a suspect?
Kanyari is a suspect and a perpetrator, suspected perpetrator. So we will treat him as such.
Are we going to tell somebody harshly at hawezi pata watoto wake because they are a suspect?
Let me tell you something. I would rather be on the side of a victim any day than be on Kanyari's side. I'm not mad. How can I be on the side of a man that I clearly saw fingering another woman and the woman was protesting? I'm not mad. I'm not abnormal. I know what consent is.
I was on that live
Diana, before I leave.
Okay, but let Mufasa finish talking. Let
me just finish and tell Maggy. I remember your last live. Kuna kitu ingine pia really came out the last time Diana was talking to you. You said, I remember, Aki Maggy, have never had a woman say those words. Ukasema uliulizwa swali alikuuliza, do you wanna say that ukiwa na mtoto umepata boyfriend ama umepata a husband who has a sexual history, offense history, you will still be utallow huyu mtu akuje kwako na aishi na aishi in the same house? Ukasema as long as hadhulumu mtoto wangu, I do not care. Maggy, they do not change. I am sorry, and
you got it all wrong.
Level.
I say
let me say this. No, it's okay. I will. Wacha nimalize alafu utanijibu Maggy. Nitatoka, nataka kuingia job. I'm asking you, Diana. I have seen Maggy fight for you. I have seen Maggy drop you. I have seen Maggy tell you to stop talking, and I've seen her protect you. Please protect Maggy right now. Please, if you can, drop her. Go talk to her behind the tent, because Diana, I am sorry, as a woman, as a professional.
No. I'm entitled to my opinion, guys.
Yes, you are, Maggy. Yes, you are.
Opinion, then you should not raise this issue at all.
Yes, you are, Maggy, but I am telling you,
this issue should not be raised at all if people cannot be of different opinion from yours.
But there's no way, Maggy, we're gonna sit here and start offending the people who have already
Professor, may I ask a simple question? Has Kanyari been convicted of rape? Yes or no?
So let me ask you something.
Honestly, I want to ask you perspective. I'm begging you for the love of God.
It's okay.
How can we have a debate?
I'm sorry, Diana. I'm gonna go down. I'm sorry.
I'll talk to you.
If I have to sit here and agree, yes.
Diana, even the 360 saga itself, it says everything. What are we talking about? What are we arguing about here?
Listen, guys, this is what I want to say. And kindly, Nani, moderator, I need you to block anybody writing down there that Maggy is correct, because Maggy is not correct. Okay? So, and by the way, I would love for us to have a conversation. Maggy, I want us to have a conversation. I don't want us to shout. By the way, this is something I am deeply passionate about. Deeply. I want us to have a conversation in a way that perhaps we have never had before. And since it's important, I'm not going to have it in private. We're going to have it here. And I believe, first of all, and I'm saying this out of the love and respect I have for you, there is a lot of education that you need on victim protection and understanding victims and the experiences of victims. You do not have that. And I also think that you need a lot of exposure on the difference between a perpetrator and a victim, and what patriarchy does when victims are presented in the judicial system. I also believe that sometimes it's okay for you to acknowledge when there is something you do not understand. Because I believe that you're a brilliant woman, I have said it, but that does not mean you know everything. There are some things that you do not have knowledge about, and it's okay. Now, being defiant, being defensive will not help you. You have to be at a place where you are allowing yourself to be at a place where you are learning. And I believe you have learned some traits which are very patriarchal and misogynistic. And it's important for you to start unlearning them. It's because of the environment you've grown in and the things you have experienced. So then now you have normalized some things which should not be normalized. And I think it's a opportunity for you to start unlearning. Maggy, when we talk about the judicial system and we talk about victims and perpetrators, a person becomes a perpetrator when they have been accused of taking advantage of someone. That is when they are a perpetrator. So right now, Kanyari is a perpetrator. And a person becomes a victim when they are complaining about a person subjugating them. Right now, this lady in the video is a victim. And you can't change that. Now, whether she's lying or not is not for you to decide, because it is not your experience. You are not there on that live. It is not you who was drunk. It is not you who slept in Kanyari's bed. It is not you who woke up shocked in the morning. It is not you who did not know where your phone was. So it is not your experience. So when we undermine the experiences of people, when we try to punch holes, when we try to scrutinize, when we try to underrate, when we question, we reduce the validity of their claims. And in that process, we empower the perpetrator. We embolden, we give the perpetrator an opportunity to look at the victim as a liar. And that whole situation makes victims drop cases, makes victim apologize to perpetrators. That whole situations make victim question themselves, and they start questioning if what happened, did it really happen or not? And it is in that same spirit that we have something called the cycle of abuse. When women are not able to leave abusive men, because I know you have experience with this, usually what happens is that the man that is abusing them constantly takes away their power, takes away their confidence, takes away their self-esteem, so that they see them as a master. So every time they try to leave, there is a cycle where now they are made to apologize, even to the man that beats them and abuses them. So they stay. It's the same analogy. Now, with rape culture and patriarchy, when society blames victims, questions their stories, asks them things about if they're saying the truth or not, we shut down their confidence and kill the belief in their story and their experiences. And it is during that process that we kill the cases. That is how victims don't report. That is how victims change their stories. That is how victims go apologizing. That is how men that have abused children continue abusing them, because we have shut down their voices. As a person that is in your structure, as a nurse, as a person that has a voice, as a person I consider brilliant, as a person that handles people who have survived and have been victims of violence of many forms, I'm going to beseech you to take your time, reconsider your sentiments today on this live, and I want to ask you kindly to take your time so that you can read more about victims, victim blaming, and support for victims. Read more about date rape, read more about intimate partner violence, read more about sexual assault and the importance of supporting victims, and the role that a perpetrator plays when we choose to scrutinize a victim and how we embolden them. This is something that is going to be helpful because of your voice, and it's going to be helpful because of the people you interact with. And I believe that because of your voice, if you do have this education and the knowledge, it's going to help you so that we can continue talking about the importance of protecting victims, and so that we continue reducing the amount and the rates of femicide in Kenya. That is what I would ask you for. And I do not, at this point, I really do not want to go through a debate and debacle with you. I'm just requesting, out of the respect that I do have for you, that take a breather.
But today, unajua that is how mulikuwa personal hapa with this issue of Kanyari. Baka akaenda akiwekelewa about kulala with a 4-year-old.
No. Listen, the difference between you and I is that I take stock and accountability. I take stock and accountability, and I take responsibility for the words and my actions. That's the difference. And that is why I opened the live. That is what I opened the live for. And indeed, I have taken the responsibility.
You are offended. I actually don't give out about your offendment.
So
we have seen many here who have gone and spent time in jail.
Listen, Maggy, Maggy, let me tell you something. People have gone to jail because they have been falsely accused. And when these things have happened, they have also gotten justice, okay? Because they have been found to have been falsely accused. The same system looks at the perpetrator and the victim. The system does not favor victim. The system is fair to both the perpetrator and the victim. So the burden of proof about not being a rapist lies with what?
You are anti-Kanyari, you are a Tash supporter here. Kama unakuja hapa kuargue kesi based on you being a Tash supporter, kindly go to hell.
Okay, I don't know if we are communicating. Mtaratara, please take the mic. Mtaratara?
This is a very hard type of discussion. I will speak from the common sense aspect and from a legislative angle. From what happened with that girl being witnessed on TikTok, that was an inversion of a sexual pattern of life without consent, even if they were both adults, in decent behavior, when people are present, in presence of people. That was not appropriate. And if the lady laid a case and withdrew the case from coercion, fear, being given some threats, those are things that happen to victims and delay justice or make many women go away with trauma from their last experiences, which is not the best justice for anyone who has undergone rape to face. When it comes to Kanyari, this girl, obviously the courts will want to see the evidence. These people have seen it. People can make notarized affidavits of seeing this thing, putting the evidence admissible. If we've seen evidence of videos for Honorable Kawira Mwangaza admitted in the Senate that saved her from accusations huko Meru from the videos, I'm sure if the girl pursued the case, the court would have entertained the suit and given it merit, and Lady angekuwa na justice. So Kanyari having conducted himself that way in the public, even if hakuna ile hatia amepewa kulingana na matendo yake, whether they settled out of court, it doesn't make him, for us human beings, to see him as a good father. But legitimately, for the issue of custody ya watoto, with no evidence of convict, it might be hard to beat Kanyari, unless if TikTokers can encourage this lady to go again and reopen the case. But from the fear and the alleged threats, I don't think she will be willing to do that. And it is just very shameful because of the country Kenya is. Most people don't get justice. Otherwise, if it was in the US, when cases are being taken up, it becomes the property of the state. Once you want to withdraw, that is up to your nonsense. The state will take and proceed with the case. Kanyari doesn't have virtues to raise those kids. He doesn't. Moral character presented in the public, it can be presumed 30% benefit of you being a good person. He doesn't have the morals. He can beat the system, but he doesn't beat the virtues of a good man.
So Tash, who is a deadbeat in the US, is the one who has moral authority to raise Kanyari's children.
Maggy, have you provided any court orders where Tash is alleged for not paying child custody? One thing He's a citizen in America working as a driver. The court have a system to get child upkeep from things we call garnishi from the employer. Those are allegations with no proof if you can't provide the court orders against Tash.
Thank you.
You can't. The fact is working, the citizen he is paying. If he asks you, then I'm pretty sure that the child upkeep is taken through garnishment process from employer.
The mothers of the children are not interested. That's why he has no case.
Who told you in America? Who told you?
Someone who is in America that Tash has children.
Maggy, Tacha, please stop. You are embarrassing yourself. Don't do that. Things don't work like that in America.
You're going to push a narrative here that Tash.
I'm just going to tell you, no, this is not about, no, Maggy, it's not about pushing a narrative, it's about the truth. In America, if you do not pay child support, my friend, there'll be court orders looking for you. There'll be warrants even if you cross another state. That's how it works. There is no if or buts here. We are talking to you because we are in America. Sawa sawa. Tafadhali. Those people who are telling you stories, please don't listen. We are telling you facts. If you're paying child support and you don't pay it, if there is a case anywhere where you did not pay child support, or if there is anything pali ulikuwa umetakiwa ulipe child support, my friend, it will be on record.
Kwa nini Tash asiende kuzaa watoto wake? Ale ananyang'anya Kanyari watoto wake.
Now that's a defeatist statement. It's a defeatist.
Hey, Maggy, listen, I've ever been a single mother. Any single mother will try to get married to a man who can protect. The first thing that comes is protection, and you think of a day when you're gone with these children remaining behind. And it will depend on the situation of your ex-partner who is the biological father of these children. If he was a good man, go on Facebook, you'll see Naumo Gutu saying, I'm ex with my husband, but if I die, let my 3 sons go back to my husband. It means the separation was not ugly like what we see. It is situational. Sawa sawa. If Batty allegedly did help Tash to adopt the kids, she knows the bed she lied on. She knows the surroundings she left that will not be convenient for the children. Enticing children with gift and money, taking them to good school, does not substantiate Kanyari being a man of morals to take care of the children, even if he's going to use the system to beat that case because of spamming a woman to give birth to children. It's not.
Please, point of correction, Kanyari did not scam any woman. They were in love.
I said spamming. I just used some little. Nimesema hata kama alitumia nguvu zake za kiume kufanya mtu mjamzito na mzalie watoto, na hizi tabia ameportray kwa sababu anafanya allegations, allegedly victims wake wanakataa kwenda kotini because of threat. It doesn't make him to be a good person. He is an alleged sexual offender that the system is not beating from the threats and the poor governance that we have in Kenya.
What is the bottom line? Mumeamua Tash ndiye apewe watoto wa Kanyari, or what is the bottom line here?
Ati tumeamua. That is
what you know. We are just giving opinions.
Hata tukua watoto wa Kanyari ama
ni opinion to why Kanyari asichukue watoto.
Maggy,
his behaviors.
Children matters. Whoever makes decision is not from court of opinions, but it is from the judicial court. Meaning, we're just making a debate for things that are happening here. We have a concept of an idea.
No, Kanyari ana kesi. As far as the courts are concerned, Kanyari ana kesi. So on what grounds is Tash taking Kanyari's children when Kanyari is not there?
Nitashuka for the peace of my mind. Bye.
Okay, Mikebe, I understand. I wanna ask you one question, and then I think
allow me to drop. I can stay. I feel hot.
I know.
No, Maggy is afraid Kanyari will come for her.
I have a question. Don't drop. I have a question for everybody, even in the comment section. So Maggy, I want to ask.
Before utuulize utaniongelesha juu pia mimi I feel like nilikuwa nataka kuongelesha, I have my story but na feel tu kudrop nitoroke.
Okay, I'll utanitumia nini, I'll call you if you can kindly. I just want to end this if possible. I have just one question and then I'll end this. And you don't have to answer this question now, but I want to ask about Kanyari. Usually when we are talking about bringing up children and taking care of children, what do we use to pay school fees? Ebu mnijibu. Just one answer. What do we use to pay school fees? No. What do we use? Just one word. What do we use?
Money.
We use? Okay, money. So we are all agreed we use money. Sindio? Okay, what do we use to buy food? What do we use to make sure that kids can move from one place to another? What do we use to buy uniforms? What do we use to make sure kids can get medical health, and their health is what? Okay. So
what we use to sideline victims to have justice.
Okay, just wait. Leave that one alone. Now we are talking about the children and Kanyari raising the children, okay? So now, if we use money, so we do agree, all of us, that pesa ndio kila kitu, si ndio? So, Maggy, I want to ask you today, Maggy Tacha, ama comment section, does anybody know Kanyari's source of wealth? Which job that Kanyari anafanya kazi gani? Pesa yake inatoka wapi?
Kanyari ni pastor wa 310.
Okay. So can Kanyari, in a normal setting, can Kanyari produce to the court that he has a legitimate source of wealth, money? I'm just asking this question slowly. Can Kanyari? No. I'm asking, can he, if he was asked in a court to produce a legitimate, steady source of income, can Kanyari produce that?
Yes, I think he can, because kanisa pia ni source of income.
From his history, he cannot provide any source of income.
Did you guys watch a video where Kanyari said he made millions from
Maggy, listen to me, please. Let's go easy. Do you know that Kanyari's bank accounts were frozen? Are you aware? And it's the DCI in Nairobi.
I know.
Yes, and the DCI in Nairobi, are the ones that filed a certificate of agency to freeze his accounts. Do you know that? Now, but do you also know that that's something that can affect this issue of custody when it comes to taking care of children? Because if his money can be but I'm just telling Maggy, wacha nipatie tu mic niongee nimalize before niulize.
Yaani mnatafuta kila kitu ya kupin Kanyari down.
Okay, I think then I wish you could understand where I'm coming from, because now you're making this conversation difficult, and it really shouldn't be. This is a very simple conversation, and if you
I know you're headed that Kanyari cannot.
No. Listen, let me tell you, this issue is not just about Kanyari. This is about other men in Kenya that have also mastered the art that Kanyari has. There are so many men in Kenya that have been doing things that Kanyari is doing. And so many women have been struggling to even get these men to stay away from their children and to have their children raised in environments that are safe. And a lot of women have failed in the process. We have lost women. Women have given up and died. There are so many women that have struggled to get their children out of entanglements with people like Kanyari, and they have lost the fight. Betty is not the only woman. There are so many Bettys in Kenya. There are so many Bettys in Kenya. Betty was lucky to leave that environment, but she was not lucky enough to have a chance to have a fulfilled life with the man that she chose after Kanyari. And I can tell you there are many Bettys in Kenya today. And it is in that same spirit I'd like you to go back and reflect and understand the cycle of abuse and what it does and how it trickles down to women in Kenya. Why we have issues about children, parenting, child support, and why there are so many deadbeats in Kenya. I do hope that everybody can think about what I've talked about today. It's a moment of reflection, and I beseech all of you to do so. And with those few remarks, I'm kindly asking for the sake of my sanity and mental health, because I just need to take a break. I beg that I actually just drop this live.
Diana, before you go, I want to say something because I don't think I'll come up again. Maggie, me, the reason as to why I follow Diana closely, I'm also a mental health. I have gone through postnatal depression. Maggie, and this I'm not talking of, I'm not trying to bring in something different. I'm just saying Diana has created a safe space, and that's why unaona Salfina amekuja all of a sudden akasema, you know what, this space already now it feels unsafe because you have already portrayed out there that mtu nikikuja nikwambie Maggie, me as your daughter, I have been raped. The first thing Maggie you're going to do, you will question me. It feels like utakuja uniulize ulikuwa umevaa nini ndo uripiwe. That's the kind of notion we are getting from this other side. And I'm going to tell you, you need to think about that. Honestly, Maggie, from a professional, as a professional, I am begging you for the love of God, please. You guys have created such a big platform for people with mental, for mental health awareness. Please, yeah, Maggie, everything you said. No. Listen. Everything you say beats people differently. Maggie, do you know me? I drive for 1 hour listening to you people. Like, I will drive from work to home for like a whole hour listening to you guys. So, and I am not in this platform to fight. Oh, mtapigana, mtafanya nini. I don't fight people just because they are men. No. Maggie, listen. Aki, please. This one time I'm begging you, Maggie. This one time, please listen to everyone who is asking you to stop. As I'm sorry, but you are embarrassing the nursing profession right now. We are the people. We are the ones that people come to us crying and saying, "I've been assaulted." Maggie, I cannot go to you right now. If I got assaulted and you're even if you're the closest, even if you're my mom, I cannot come tell you anything. You know why? Okay. Because of the sentiments that you just brought up. So Maggie, in everything that you say, listen, Maggie, listen.
So what do you mean,
Maggie? No. Maggie, it's the way you're portraying, it's the way you're giving the message out there. You've already like this. Aki, Maggie, we should go sit down. I know most of these things are recorded. Go sit down and just listen to everything that you have said. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. And then if you feel it's okay, then okay. Okay. So be it. Guys, to each man their own, but please.
Guys, please drop. Please, guys, drop. Please, kindly, I'm asking you guys to drop. Please. Do me that favor. If you guys can, please drop. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Later.
So thank you so much for watching the video to the end. Remember to like, share, comment, and if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and put on the notification bell so that you know every time I post a new video. So guys, thank you. I'm gonna see you on my next video. Bye.